নমস্কার। এই অবগাহন সাহিত্য পত্রিকায় আপনাদের সকলকে স্বাগত জানাই। অবগাহন তত্ত্ববিশ্ব পরিক্রমা শিরোনামের আলোচনা চক্রের আজ একটি বিশেষ দিন। আমাদের মধ্যে এই মুহূর্তে এসে সংযুক্ত হয়েছেন প্রফেসর সুরেন্দ্রমোহন মিশ্র। আমরা প্রথমেই তাকে স্বাগত জানাই আমাদের মধ্যে। তার আজকের যে আলোচনার বিষয় তা হলো বেদান্ত দর্শনে ব্রহ্মজ্ঞান। আমরা অত্যন্ত কৃতজ্ঞ তিনি তার মূল্যবান সময় আমাদের সঙ্গে আজ আমাদের পেজে ভাগ করে নিচ্ছেন। প্রফেসর সুরেন্দ্রমোহন মিশ্র তিনি জন্মসূত্রে ওড়িশার মানুষ। ভারত এবং ভারতবর্ষের বিভিন্ন ইউনিভার্সিটি তথা বিশ্বের বিভিন্ন ইউনিভার্সিটিতে অত্যন্ত স্বনামধন্যভাবে তিনি তার যে অধ্যাপনা জীবন অতিবাহিত করেছেন। একজন দক্ষ কোঅর্ডিনেটর হিসেবেও বিভিন্ন প্রজেক্টের সঙ্গে তিনি সংযুক্ত রয়েছেন। এছাড়াও ম্যানুস্ক্রিপ্ট রিসোর্স, কনভারসেশন সেন্টার, ন্যাশনাল ম্যানুস্ক্রিপ্ট মিশনের এবং কালচারাল মিনিস্ট্রির অন্তর্গত হয়ে তিনি হরিয়ানার সরকারের অধীনে বিভিন্ন প্রজেক্টে যুক্ত রয়েছেন। খুব উল্লেখযোগ্য যে তিনি 21 বছর ধরে সংস্কৃত ভারতীতে অধ্যাপনা করেন এবং অধ্যক্ষ হিসেবেও তার গুরুত্বপূর্ণ পদ তিনি সেখানে অলঙ্কৃত করেছেন। আমরা সময়ের কিছুটা দেরিতেই এই অধিবেশন আরম্ভ করেছি, তো আমরা সরাসরি তার কাছে চলে যাব। তাকে অনুরোধ জানাবো তিনি তার বক্তব্য আরম্ভ করুন। আজকের যে বক্তব্য সেটা পরিবেশিত হবে ইংলিশে। তো আমার মনে হয় যে আমরা যেহেতু বাংলার ক্ষেত্রকে এবং সাহিত্যের ক্ষেত্রের দর্শনের ক্ষেত্রেও ধীরে ধীরে অন্তর্ভুক্ত হওয়ার চেষ্টা করছি, ফলে স্যারকে দিয়ে আজকে আমাদের প্রথম ইংরাজিতে আমাদের কোনো এক অধিবেশন সম্প্রচার হচ্ছে। তো সেই হিসেবেও আমরা স্যারকে অনেক অনেক কৃতজ্ঞতা জানাই। আমরা সরাসরি স্যারের বক্তব্যে প্রবেশ করব।
ओम यो वै भूतं च भव्यं च सर्वं यश्चाधितिष्ठति स्वरयस्य च केवलं तस्मै ज्येष्ठाय ब्रह्मणे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। My esteemed friends, I am very happy that I am meeting you over this small lecture of mine. The topic assigned to me by Sri Banerjee is actually not a topic. Nothing can be spoken on Brahma Jnana. It's impossible to speak on Brahma Jnana, but some information can be shared. Certain things can be shared from the tradition, and there have been so many Brahmajanis in this holy land of ours, Bharatavarsha, and I just bow down to all of them. They are great seers and sages, great mendicants, and great people in the society who are also Brahmajanis, like the King Janaka, and so on and so forth. Vedanta Darshane Brahmajnana. This phrase is very good because Vedanta Darshana means we approach this great land of ours, the great life of ours, this human life, through the Vedas. Then where we culminate we come to a close is Vedanta, the finished touch of one life or a chain of lives or the finishing touch of the Vedas. Even you can say the head of the Vedas, Shruti Siraha. The head of the Vedas is Vedanta, Upanishad. Just like our human body, it starts with our feet, then gradually it goes up and it comes to the top of the head. So also we start with the Vedas, Sanghita, Brahmana, Aranyaka, Upanishad. So all the four stages of life are covered herein. Brahmacharya, Garhastha, Banaprastha and Sannyasa. So the last part is for the Upanishads. So the Upanishads are otherwise called Vedanta and they have a darsana. Unfortunately, we have translated our great word darsana as philosophy, but it's not actually so. Philosophy means love of knowledge. It comes from Philos and Sophia. Sophia is the goddess of knowledge in Greece. So philosophy, that means something else. There's a love of knowledge. It could be any kind of knowledge, but very deep knowledge. But darsana means to come face in face with the reality. Come face and face with the reality means to know by oneself the ultimate reality. So the ultimate reality has been known by our seers and sages in the Vedic path through 6 ways. And the 6 ways are called the Sardarsanas. The great names we know, Kapila, Patanjali, Kanada, Gautama, Jaimini, and Badrayana were great munis of darsana, the sages of darsana, who served the Vedic literature, the meaning of the Vedas, the intent and content of the Vedas in the form of 6 darsana sutras: Sankhya, Yoga, Vaisheshika, Nyaya, Mimamsa, and Vedanta. And all these for thousands of years, they have sustained the core, the heart, you can say the lifeblood of Indian thought. And we are that. And out of this, there came up the Sramana tradition people, Jainas and Buddhas, and many other people like Ajivakas and so on. We know that that's history. But today, we shall be discussing in a very simple manner Vedanta Darsane Brahma Jnana, as the poster says. So I'm very happy, but as I told you, Brahman cannot be discussed. The Upanishads are very clear on this. And in fact, those who have little practice or those who have gone to some great teacher, some Abadhuta, who are second of the world, second of life as such, even second of his body, such a person who has known the truth or who has approached the truth in that exact manner, and he can tell us that Brahman cannot be related. It's just like a person who has no tongue or he is mute, he can't speak. If you give him some sugar or candy, he cannot tell you as to how it tastes because he has no voice. He is voiceless. Jada. So a Jada cannot speak, but he has experienced the taste of sugar the taste of the candy. So also we do experience, all of us do experience, even animals and beasts, birds, insects, even the trees, even the inert matter, all of us do experience. There is nothing in this universe which doesn't experience, which doesn't feel. So when everyone experiences, everything experiences, then what is that experience? Called a Brahmic experience, Brahma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, as we commonly say. So, Brahmanaha Jnanam Brahma Jnanam, the knowledge of Brahman. But Brahman itself is knowledge. How can you have knowledge of Brahman? If you have knowledge of Brahman, Brahma Jnana, Brahmer Jnana, Brahma Ka Jnana, then you have a difficulty. Because if when you say my book, then I am different and the book is different. So also when we say Brahma Jnana, then Brahma should be different and Jnana should be different. So then there is duality. But Advaita Vedanta doesn't believe in any duality. It's trans-duality. No dualistic mode in experience. Everything becomes one. Yatha nadya sandamana samudre astam gachanti nama rupe vihaya. Tatha vidvan nama rupa vimukta, etc. in the Upanishads. You have seen the mouth of the Ganges. How the Ganges, Ganga Maya, Mother Ganga, how she enters into the sea, Bay of Bengal. Then she is no more. She becomes the sea. So also, when everything that merges into its original cause or causeless cause, so then everything becomes Brahman. That's not that everything merges into Brahman, but everything is already Brahman. Just we are discussing about experience. What I experience? I'm experiencing the screen of this mobile before me. I'm experiencing, so because this is my library room, some books are there here and there on the rack and elsewhere. There is a glass of water. So I am looking at my own picture and I am listening also to my own words. So all these are experiences. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. এই সবাই আমার experience. Whatever I think also is a kind of experience. I think of these 5 objects. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Nama, Rupa. Nama, Rupa. Anybody meets you, your house, your friend, your husband, your wife, your son, anybody. When he or she approaches you, you can simply dissolve that figure into 2 things, name and form, nama and rupa. So the whole world of experience, if you say it in an extended manner, then sabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. And more extensively, you can say there are crores of things, innumerable things in this whole world, innumerable atoms. And the world is made up of that. Then you come back to the 5 elements, this earth and water and fire and air and ether, akash, these 5. They have also subtle and gross forms. The gross forms we are acquainted with. The subtle forms, they become Sabda, Sparsa, Rupa, Rasa and Gandha. Or we can say they become Sukshma Akasha, Sukshma Vayu, Sukshma Tejas or Agni, Sukshma Jala and Sukshma Prithivi. So everything is made up of that. First, Vedanta tells us that we have to understand what we are. Initially, we are this body. I am 70 plus kilograms. But am I really 70 plus kilograms? My body is 70 plus kilograms. So I am not my body. This weight goes up and comes down. Then what I am, if I am not this body, because visibly I am this body, everybody recognizes me by this body, but I am not this body, then what I am? Am I my sense organs? Am I the eye? Am I the nose? Am I the skin? Am I the ears? Am I the taste, that is my tongue, gustatory organ? Am I mind, the thinking agent, thinking instrument? That is, am I the indriyas, the bahya indriyas, the external sense organs? Because all these five sense organs, the external sense organs, they experience things outside, not inside. Then mind also thinks of things outside, not inside. Then manas, mind, then intellect, buddhi, that decides upon the things, the nature of things, that decides upon that. Then chitta, it remembers the things. We remember so many things. Now from memory I am speaking to you extempore. So these are chitta. And then ahankara. I know that I am speaking to you. You know that you are listening to me. So you have your I consciousness and I have my I consciousness. And this I consciousness divides us. I become the speaker and you become the listener. And all of us are so different from each other. Why? Because of mind. Because of ego, that I consciousness, ahankara. So these four, they are internal organs of knowing, and the external organs of knowing. Then there are also karmendriyas. This body is karmendriyas. Vak, pani, pada, payu, upastha. Am I that? Am I my hands? Am I my legs? Am I my speech organ whereby I speak? And am I my payu and upastha, my organ of procreation, punglinga and strilinga? Am I that? Am I my payu, that is whereby I send out the excretion? I pass stool, maladwara. Am I that? So I am neither any of the organs of knowledge, neither I am anyone or the collection of all the organs of action, and I am not this body, and I am not the internal organs of knowledge also, mana, buddhi, ahankara and chitta. Then who am I? Am I one who keeps awake? Or am I one who dreams while falling asleep? Initially one dreams. Am I that, the dreamer? And the awake, wide awake person? Am I that? Or am I that who is in deep sleep? Say for 2-3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, Today, someone passed away in Surat. He did not sleep, a great yogin. So, this Jagrat, Swapna, and Sushupti, these three stages, तीन अवस्थाएं, three stages of our life, with either awakening, either wide awake, or we are seeing some dream, or we are deeply asleep. Again, every day we keep on repeating the same thing. So I am also not that. Then see this body, this physical body that I say 70 plus kilograms. So this body, this is Sthula Sarira, the gross body. Gross body. When one dies, this body is burnt into ashes because the body is no more useful. Just like we have a dress, and the dress we just leave it anywhere. Today we are in the garden of the center where I am working at present, and the person Marley, gardener, he was bringing out so many things, some shirts and other things. People just threw into the garden. So he just retrieved them and threw them into the bin, compost bin, so that becomes compost because they are cotton things. Body also is like that. And the Gita is very clear on that. So the moment we realize this, we don't have the attachment. We use the body because the body is highly essential to do anything. We must also live very long lives to do good work. But we are not this body, not the gross body. Then when one passes into dream state, one has no awareness of this gross body. Means one no more has the gross body, one transcends the gross body, one becomes the subtle body. Sukshma Sarira. Just like this is Sthula Sarira, that is Sukshma Sarira, which helps us in knowing so many things in dream state. Great people have great dreams. The dreams are also very peculiar. The dreams sometimes bring to us some future reality. So dreams mostly they are plus minus the past experiences from the chitta, retentive faculty, as I told you. So that is dream state. And the third is deep sleep. When we have deep sleep, we feel highly pressed. When one gets up, then one has a realization that I was in a very good sleep, a very thoroughly good sleep, and I feel so much refreshed. Now I can do something, I can read, I can write, I can teach, and so on and so forth. So this thing, if we understand really, this is Susupti. So there are three kinds of bodies, Sthula, Sukshma, and Karana. In deep sleep, we are identified with the Karana Sarira. How that happens? See, I'm a teacher, and I'm a father, and I'm a son. I identify myself. Unfortunately, my father is no more there. When my father was there, then when I approached him, I went to him, then I identified myself with a son, that I am a son. So I behaved accordingly. Now as a father, when I approach my son or daughter, then it comes to me that I am a father. The role is different. Then when I approach my students in my classroom, then I am a teacher. So the teacher, the son, the father, are all roles. R-O-L-E-S, roles. So also the three stages, awakening, dreaming, and sleeping in deep slumber, sleep. So I identify myself with one. And with the three bodies also, the gross, the subtle, and the causal. See, very clear, we must understand this. When I am awake, all my sense organs are working or in a working state. Then I feel bodily pain, bodily pleasure, and so on. Then I am in the Jagrat Avastha, and simultaneously I am with the Sthula Sarira. Then when I am in a dream state, I am with the Sukshma Sarira, subtle body, and Sukshma Sarira, and what else? Swapna Avastha. So I identify myself with that. Then when I enter into the deep sleep, then I am identifying myself with the Karana Sarira, causal body. Causal body, and what else? This Susupti Avastha. Susupti Kale Sakale Biline Tamo Vibhuta Sukharupa Meti. So these things. So the three kinds of bodies and the three kinds of stages of experience, this is common to all, even insects, even trees. We know trees also take rest. Trees are also jivas, very much like us. We must be compassionate to the trees, just like the animals and birds. Because some time back we could be trees, then we became animals and birds, and then last human beings. सुन रे मानुष भाई सवार ऊपर मानुष श्रेष्ठ तार ऊपर नाई. That is, you must be knowing, many of you are from Bengal. So, सवार ऊपर मानुष श्रेष्ठ. And in Viveka Chudamani, Acharya Shankara, our great guru, he says, for the jivas, narajanma durlabham, jantunam narajanma durlabham. Viveka Chudamani, second verse, second sloka. Jantunam narajanma durlabham. For the creatures to be born as a human being is very difficult. Tatah pungstam tato viprata. Then to have a male body. Why male body? Because you can forthrightly go for renunciation and so on and so forth. Not to make a divide between women and men. The Vedanta is open to all. But narajanma durlabham tatah pungstam tato viprata. Then to be born as a Brahmin. Because then you are open to all the Vedas and Vedanta and so on and so forth. You can do Vidvat Sannyas and so on. If we do Vidyaranya Swami and all that. Tato viprata. Otherwise also one can do the Vedas, because the Vedas are open to everybody. And one can take to practice Sravana Manana Nididhyasana, which I shall speak later now. Tasmad Vaidika Marga Nitya Parata. Our life is wholly Vedic. And I told you this Vedic life culminates in the Vedantic life. And this Vedantic life gives us liberation. And getting liberated, we can be true workers for the society, just like Rama was, just like Krishna was, just like Janaka was. Janaka is the only great name spoken of in the Bhagavad Gita, in the third canto. Karmanai vahi samsiddhim asthita janakadaya loka sangraha mevapi sampasyan kartumarhasi. Why don't you see great people like Janaka, such a monarch, a great king? And what he did? Karmanai vahi samsiddhim asthita janakadaya. Even though he was a liberated soul, you know Ashtavakra Gita, the great person of Ashtavakra. He made Janaka realized and released So after realizing and releasing, getting released from life and death, becoming Mukta Purusa, Janaka, what he does, he rules over his subjects. He was such a pious king, was a great king. We know Janaka, we know Dasaratha. Janaka was nobody before Dasaratha. And Dasaratha was nobody before Janaka. Janaka was a spiritually realized man. He was a Jivan Mukta. But he was so pious person. He tilled his own land and ate out of that. He did not eat out of the king's coffers, the treasury. No. Such were our kings, this Bharatavarsa. But Dasaratha was not a self-realized person, but he was a monarch of great heights. He even went to other lokas to fight wars. He was a great monarch. So that way, you can say vitally, you can say circumstantially, as a great king, Dasaratha had no parallel. But Janaka was spiritually realized. In this land of ours, knowledge, that is the highest thing. The Gita says very clearly, all of us to know Vedanta, we must do Gita. I know many of you must be doing Gita. Gita is the greatest treasure that is thrown open to us. And this has direct link with Chandi also. How to do Gita, what to do Chandi, Shakti, because we need Shakti. Where also Shakti comes through Sividya, through Mahamaya. So we have to know what we are. Just like we do some dissection. Just like after death, one's body has a postmortem. But while alive, we are analyzing ourselves. This is Vedanta. Vedanta asks us to analyze ourselves, bit by bit, what I am. If I know myself, then I can know the whole universe, because the whole universe manifests in and through me. Unless I know the universe is as good as not being there. Since I know the universe is there. Not that since the universe is there, I know it. And the whole universe and me, is there a dichotomy? Are these two things? Vedanta says no. Oneself is the universe. Mai sarvam idam prutam sutre manigana iva. Very clearly Bhagavan says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mai sarvam idam prutam sutre manigana iva. I am just like a thread passing through the beads. 108 beads are there in our Japamala, you know, but one thread. So also this consciousness, this Brahmi consciousness that we call as Paramatman, Brahman, only one single thread. And the beads, they are just on it. In and through the beads, this thread passes. So thread, if we know that thread, we know the beads. Once the beads are thrown out of the thread is gone, then the beads are scattered. Before knowing Vedanta, we are like scattered beads. All the jivas are like scattered beads. We have lost our link with the thread. That thread The Atharva Veda. Atharva Veda is the Brahma Veda, you know. Atharva Veda is the Veda of Mukti, for which Uttaramnaya, Badrinath, that is the place for Atharva Veda. Our Puri, which is closer to you, that is for the Rig Veda. For Samaveda, Dwarika. And for Yajurveda, Sringeri. 4 Vedas, 4 Pithas, everywhere Vedanta. This is a Sankara tradition. The greatest tradition for the Sanatana Dharma in the whole world is the tradition of Sankara. We must realize this. Narayana, from Narayana the parampara starts. Since I just remember this, I have to tell this to you. Narayanam, Padma Bhavam, out of Narayana Brahma emerges. Vasishtham, then Vasishtha, then Shaktim, cha Tatputra Parasaram cha, then Parasara son Vyasa, Vyasam, Sukam, his son Suka, Gaudapadang Mahantam, then the father-son linkage is gone. Then comes long after Gaudapada, the grand teacher of Shankara. Gaudapadang Mahantam, Govinda Yogendra Mathasya Sishyam, then Govinda Bhagavat Pada, the great teacher of Shankara, who initiated him. Sri Shankara Acharya Mathasya Padma Padam cha Hasta Malakam cha Sishyam Tang Totakang Vartikakara Manyan Asmada Gurun Santata Manatosmi. All these are the great lineage of Gurus. Just to think of the Gurus, just to remember the Gurus is a great fact. You feel it with your body, with your mind, with your senses, with your soul. And the Gurus, they bestow that knowledge on us. Shaktipat in the Tantras, everywhere it happens. If they wish, then you know. If they don't wish, you don't know. Guru Kripa is a must. Shastra Kripa, Guru Kripa, Atma Kripa. And this Guru Kripa is Shiva Kripa, is Bhagavat Kripa. So then we analyze ourselves. Then what happens? We go on studying. People do study a lot, particularly in the teaching profession, when one is a student, one is in university or college, or even laymen, they do also study. And perhaps every Indian is a student of matter and spirit. Matter for a good life, and spirit to realize one's own true self. For this, we do Sravana. Sravana means going around for knowledge, to listen to people. Just like to my small words, you are listening to me. Why? There is some opening in the heart. In Sankhya it is said, Kaivalyartham pravrittescha. Even a small insect, if you touch it, you run away. Why it runs away? Kaivalyartham pravrittescha. One doesn't want to be in sorrow. One doesn't want to suffer. We want to transcend suffering, we want to go beyond suffering. And when time comes, when we know that our pleasures are also sufferings, our happiness also is suffering, because our happiness, our happy times, they entail unhappy times, times when we suffer. So in order to mitigate suffering, we have also to go beyond our journey for happiness and pleasure, beyond our sense of sorrows and our will or happiness, joys. There is Vedantic bliss, Ananda. Ananda. Ananda is bliss, heaven's blessings, not Swarga. Brahmic bliss. In the last verse of the second canto of the Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Esa Brahmi Siti Partha Nainang Prapya Vimuhyati Sitvasyam Antakalepi Brahma Nirvana Mrichati. Brahma Nirvanam. That is Brahmajnana. Brahma Nirvanam. Ni means essentially, certainly, with certitude. Vana. Vana means to go, to move. Bhagatigandhanayoho, there is a root in Sanskrit. I am a student of Sanskrit. Nirvana. Nirvana means to go off, to transcend. We are limited to become unlimited, to extend oneself into this whole universe. How the mukta should feel, it comes in the Yoga Vasishtha Ramayana. That one has become everything, anything and everything. We know you are many people from Kolkata, Alipur jail, where Sri Aurobindo was there. What experience he had in the last days. It was 1909 or 10, 9 I think. Here the experience that Vasudeva Sarvamiti in the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita, the core of the Bhagavad Gita came into a real realization of Sri Aurobindo. Aurobindo acquired Ghosh. What that was? Bahunam Janmana Mante Janavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. How a small man becomes a Mahatma, a great person. What is our greatness, concept of greatness? Whom we call great? A moneyed man? No, no, no. A knowledgeable man? No, no, no. A king? No, no, no. Who then? Because this is knowledge India. We call a man great when one is self-realized. And what is that self? That self is Brahma. Brahma is nowhere else. In Yoga Vasishtha Ramayana, a great thing is there. When all the kings, the queens, and the king, the Saratha, all the people, because at the age of 16, there's a terrible feeling of renunciation in Rama. Rama is a boy of 16. He leaves food, drink, everything. He is in terrible anguish. He doesn't want this world. So what would happen to him? He gets emaciated. And then Dasaratha is in deep trouble because he is in so much love for Rama. Rama is the next king after Dasaratha. Then he runs into the forest, the great Vasishtha. For several generations, he is the preceptor of the trees. So Guru Vasishtha then entreats him, "See, sir, Rama is in great trouble. He is my son, but you love him so much. Everyone loves him in the country. He will be the next king, but this thing has happened to him." He dejected. Just like in the Arjuna, what happens to Arjuna in the Gita, first chapter. Then Vasishtha comes running. Then Vasishtha in that palace, before everyone else, he speaks about Brahman to Sri Rama. Therein he says one thing, I'm relating this to you. You remember this, a great statement. Because on Brahma Jnana nothing can be told. But we can listen to great people who are Brahma Jnanins. Why we worship Rama? One who becomes Brahma Jnanin also becomes Brahman. And this Brahman is the same as Paramatman and Bhagavan. So Bhagavan Sri Rama. We must know why we call a human being Rama as Bhagavan Sri Rama. Why it is needful that we must build his temple as it was in Ayodhya? Why? Because this Vedantic truth operates in and through our different systems of knowledge. This Vedantic truth, but in different dishes, differently, because we are made up so differently. Psychophysically, we are so different from each other. So that we have to be Advaitin, Visishtadvaitin, Dvaitin, Suddhadvaitin, Dvaitadvaitin, Achintya Bheda Bhedin of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and so on. Shaktya-dvaitin, Shiva-dvaitin. But all this is Vedanta. As Dr. Radhakrishnan also told, in a single go, if you say, what is the process of thought in India? India, we shouldn't say Bharata. Bharata is better than India, 1,000 times better. So this is Vedanta, Vedantic mind. We have the Vedantic mind, Vedantic understanding, Vedantic experience. We all of us move towards that. This is the great India. Then what he says Vasishtha to Rama before the presence of the king and the queens and all, the courtiers, says Brahmano Vyatiriktatvam Brahmarnavagata api bhavayantaha vimuhyanti vihimasu bhavabhumisu. I am looking into this book and that book. I am listening to this person and that person. I am going to so many tirthas here, there, trying to do diksha, siksha, and making many people as my guru, so on and so forth. So many things. But Vasishtha says, in Yoga Vasishtha Ramayana, this sloka comes, Brahmano Vyatiriktatvam Brahmarnabhavata api. What the human beings do, those who are curious to know about Brahman, those who intend to go to a teacher and know about Brahman, what they do? Are they different from Brahman? Just like I want to see myself. Can I see myself? If I look into a mirror, is it really me? It is not me. It's only a picture. It's not me. I have to know myself by being myself, by feeling my own self as I am. So also Brahmano Vyatiriktatvam, those people who are inquisitive about Brahman, want to know of Brahman, know Brahman itself. They are Brahman. How can they know Brahman? They have to know themselves. Brahmano Vyatiriktatvam Brahmarnavagata api. Just like fish. Suppose a fish would like to know the ocean, Bangopasagara, Bay of Bengal, and a fish in the sea is intending or inquiring about the nature of the sea. But the fish is born in the sea, grows in the sea, and also will die and become the sea. So also all the human beings, those who are inquisitive about Brahman, they are very much Brahman. They are in Brahman. So how can they inquire about Brahman as something different from their own selves? Suppose I go mad and somehow somebody tells me my own name. Then I think that who is this man, this Mishra? I must go and see that Mishra. So everywhere I'm asking people my own name. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Because those people do not know. Because they are not from my village, not from my family. I am going outside, and then years moving around, then I do not find that person who is me myself. Then somebody, a close relation, he comes, who knows me by my name. He says, "Oh, come, I shall show you. See this man, he lifts me, then makes me stand on the earth, on the floor, and say, this is you. You are this." It's like that. Brahmano Vyatiriktatvam Brahmarnavagatapi Bhavayanto Vimuhyanti. When we go after Brahman, when we want to know about Brahman, then we ourselves create a dichotomy, a dual situation, that I am different from Brahman. Once I think of myself as different from Brahman, then it becomes more difficult to know Brahman. Sada tadbhava bhavita, the Gita says. You have to feel that you are Brahman. You are Brahman. I am that. So that aham brahmasmi. That one of the four Mahavakyas. Four very small pithy sayings, but they are said to be the Mahavakyas because they contain great meanings. Tattvamasi. First is Prajnanam Brahma. It comes from the Rig Veda. Prajnanam Brahma from the eastern India, where Bengal also is there, eastern India. Prajnanam Brahma, Rig Veda. Then Yajurveda. Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma. Then Samaveda, Tattvamasi. You are that. Western India. That was southern India. Then Aham Brahmasmi. Atharva Veda, Badrinath, Himalayas. Why we deeply think about the Himalayas? Because of that. So these four Mahavakyas, so they finally culminate in Aham Brahmasmi, that I am Brahman. So can we make the journey in our own ways, small ways? Can we think of everything? First Prajnanam Brahma, all Prajnana, all knowledge is Brahman. Knowledge is experience. Vasudeva Sarvamiti, as Sri Aurobindo realized. The jailer was Vasudeva. He himself was Vasudeva. The grills, railings, they are all Vasudeva. The walls were Vasudeva. Everywhere Krishna, 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 Krishna. There is nothing that is not Krishna, just like Rama's visualization is done by Hanuman. Nama, Nami, everything is there. So, this thing, this Prajnanam Brahma, all experience is actually Brahmic experience. There is no good and bad. Every experience is Brahmic experience, but then you have to move forward, not to be satisfied with that. So finally, that bliss comes. And then Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma, or Ayam Atma Brahma. Ayam Atma Brahma, Yajurveda. Ayam Atma. Atma means three things. Atma. So one has to know Sanskrit, you know. Atma, our tradition, that breathes through the Sanskrit language, all the Shastras, Shruti, Smriti, Purana, which made Sankara, all the great acharyas. Unfortunately, for the last 73 years, we could not give our children Sanskrit that way as we are giving them English. English and one language. You have English and Bengali, Bangla. Here they have English and Hindi. So gradually English becomes more prominent, and our own languages, they got belittled. And Sanskrit is not there to help the languages to grow in unity. That's very unfortunate. I must say this very clearly. And you must understand this, the taxpayers, great people of India. So, Ayam Atma Brahma, this Atman, I say there are three senses Atman, the word Atman. It's not soul, know this. Don't translate Atman as soul. Soul happens in Semitic religions, in Islam and Christianity, not in Hinduism. So what is Atman? The breathing self. Better Atman, you can say self, ACLF. Breathing self, anapranane. The word, the root from which prana word comes, from the same root Atman word also comes. So in the breathing self, because we breathe. The second is Anju Bhoge, the enjoying self. We know we enjoy Shabda, Sparsa, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, Sukha, Dukkha, Moha, everything we enjoy. So we are the enjoying self. And ultimately we enjoy our own Brahmic nature, our permanent Brahmic nature, the core that we enjoy. So the enjoying self. And the third is Ata Satatya Gamane, the all pervading self. We are everywhere. Even in the dualistic systems, Atman is Vibhu. Now also I'm in America. Now also I'm in Kolkata. Because Atman, my body is here. See, in dream, one can move anywhere. You must have read, some of you must have read the Yogi Kathamrita, autobiography of a yogi. So what happens there? One can have many bodies. This body is made of the 5 elements. If a yogin can create many such bodies. So, Ayam Atma Brahma. So this breathing self, or this enjoying self, or this all-pervading self, so this is that Brahman only. There are not many selves actually. We are, all of us are one. This oneness is the secret of Bharatavarsa. We believe in that oneness, that unity of existence. The whole universe is one. And then the third is Tattvamasi. Whosoever went to Ramana Maharshi, the great Guru, at the age of 14 he got realized. He went to that Tiruvannamalai, that hill, Arunachala, that my father, one hill is his father, that is Shiva, that is Brahma. So there he lived all his life. A great person. All of us must go there many times. So every Purnima he was going round the hill, that I am doing a circumambulation of my father. Pituhu parikrama. Ami amar ki babar parikrama karchi. They did it like that. That man, very simple man, in a loin cloth, white loin cloth. No ochre, no saffron. Very simple man. And then the whole world went to him to listen to him. His main stress was to tell that who you are. Who you are. You are not this, neti, neti, you are not this, not this. You are not a caste. You are not a name. You are not a fame. You are not a body. You are not a sense organ. You are not a mind. You are not an intellect. You are not an ego. You are not a memory faculty, chitta, and so on and so forth. Then this is Tattvamasi. You are that. You are nothing else. You are that. That means everything else. You are Brahman. You are the whole. But you think of yourself to be cut off. Now organically you have to relate yourself to the whole universe. Then you become the universe. Then perhaps in the true spirit you can work for the universe. This is the secret of the practical Vedanta concept of Swami Vivekananda. To me, he learned it from the Bhagavad Gita, practical Vedanta. Vedanta comes into practice when one is realized And it says that what is the right kind of ideal worker? An ideal worker is he who has realized his self, like Janaka, like Rama, like Krishna, and so many Mahaprabhus, like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Deva, and many of his disciples, and many people in the east and west, at many places, some of them at the Himalayas, in the caves, had realized. And the last is Aham Brahmasmi, and becomes all that. So how to approach? If everyone is Brahman, then why there is so much suffering? Where there is happiness, where people are running up to happiness? Then we have to do some analysis, some analysis. And then we come to know that really we do not know. And since we do not know, it's a lack of knowledge, it's the absence of right knowledge, right experience, realization, that we suffer. So ignorance is suffering, and knowledge is lack of that, transcending that suffering. And as I told you, Ananda in the Chandogya Upanishad, this is how right from Brahmananda up to the human Ananda, Manushya Ananda. So how there is a hierarchy of Ananda. So this hierarchy of Ananda, this we must understand how this hierarchy this operates. So how from one stage to another, and so on and so forth. See, when we are in an wakeful state, we have some pleasure, some sense of happiness. Then we want to lie asleep. Then we go into sleep. Then after sleep, we go into deep sleep. And in our human experience, deep sleep or susupti, that is the bestowyer of the best kind of happiness. We unfortunately do not know beyond that, beyond susupti. But then comes the fourth dimension. The three are the Jagrat, Swapna and Susupti. And the three bodies are the Sthula, Sukshma and Karana, as I just explained. Then the fourth, when you are none of these things, you transcend. You transcend the three stages of life. You transcend the three kinds of body. And the fourth dimension opens up, on which these three and three they are established. That is Turiya. Turiya means the fourth. That is Brahma Chaitanya. That is Brahmi consciousness, universal consciousness. That is the original consciousness. And that consciousness has come up to be what Einstein would call energy and matter. Because we know energy and matter are not two things. They are the same. Out of what that comes? That is that Brahmi consciousness. We call it Brahma because Brahma means ever expanding, ever widening, ever dynamic. That which becomes everything. That which has got a kind of centrifugal and centripetal movement. Everything contracts into becoming Brahman and everything manifests out of Brahman. So the Taittiriya Upanishad very rightly says, Tasmad ba etasmad atmanaha akasa sambhuta. Akasad vayuhu vayuragnihi agnerapa adya prithibhyam osadhayaha osadibhyo annam anna jivaha. Here we stand as jivas. Because we come from Brahman or we are Brahman and then become jiva. See, I become a teacher, I become a father, I become a son. Do I undergo a change of body? No, the same body. So also being whatever I am Brahman. The fourth dimension opens up. Ashtavakra. He had 8 bends in his body. When he becomes a Brahma Jnanin, did his bends disappear? Those curvatures. Did they disappear? No. Because body is another thing. It's a physical thing. It's a 5 elements made up thing. But one knows the Brahman. Rama knew Brahman. Did he not enjoy his reign, great reign, Rama Rajya, for 44 years? There is a decoding of the Puranic number. It becomes 44 years. Rama ruled us for 44 years. And Yudhishthira, he was also a Brahmajnanin. He ruled us for 36 years. These are great times. We remember all of that always. Yudhishthira Sambat and Rama Sambat. So, see, brothers and sisters, we are all siblings. We are in fact the same. We are Brahman. And to know oneself as the Brahman is the highest thing. So for that, what is the paraphernalia? There are 3 things. As I hinted at that, Sravanam, Mananam and Nididhyasanam. To listen to an expert, to listen to the Shastras or Guru Mukha, your own preceptor who has initiated you. Vedanta also believes in initiation. This is not mere literature reading or studying or listening to someone, but one has to be an initiate so that sincerely, seriously, one pursues that line. In the Mundaka Upanishad it comes, Pariksha Lokan Karmachitan. One has to examine this world. So many people are dying now, you see, because of corona, otherwise, of old age also. Then one thinks that one day I shall also die like this. My body will be no more. Then what to do of this body? Why don't I use it properly? There are so many things could be done and this and this. Then one checks out. Pariksha Lokan Karma Chitan. The whole Loka, the samsara, the world, our belongings, whatever we are and whatever we have, is a matter of our own karma. Karma Chitan. We collect them, we pile up them, we make them, hold onto them through our different kinds of karma. So after you examine your life with karma, Nirbhedamayat, then one should feel off with these things. What house I built. So many great houses are there. What children I have. So bigger, greater children are there. What things I am with. So Nirbhedamaya, this is endless. Material progress is endless. And in a single life you cannot do all things. So you say Nirbhedamaya, one feels off with all these things. It is upsetting when you really think. Nastya krita kritena. So there is a renunciation, feeling of renunciation. Nasti akrita kritena. All these things that I do through my labor, through my karma. So by karma I cannot know. I have to know for knowing sake. I cannot do to know. So karma is not essential in Shankara's tradition. Jnana. Or in the Agamic traditions, Jnana Karma Samuchaya. Also with Ramanuja, Jnana Karma Samuchaya. But here, it's a pure knowledge. Suddha Jnana Marga. That's a Vedanta. Brahma Jnana in Vedanta. So Nirbheda Maya Nasti Akritaha Kritena. That's Vijnanartham. To know that. To realize that. Vijnana means realized knowledge. And jnana means knowledge that is listened to from the Shastras, from the Guru Mukha and so on. Jnana and Vijnana. Jnana Vijnana Triptatma. Kutasthu Vijitendriyaha, the Gita tells us. Also there is a whole chapter, 7th chapter called Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Not only we must know, but we must know, we must realize it. So knowing by realization, knowing by identity, Sri Aurobindo says, knowledge by identity. Whatever we know, we must identify with that. Suppose somebody becomes a graduate. He says, I am BA, BSc become. But he may not be knowing properly. But here, one is 10%. And one is Brahmavid. One is 10% Brahmavid, not 99.9 even. Brahmavid is fully Brahmavid. So Pariksha Lokan, Karma Chitan, Brahmano. Brahmano means Brahma Jijyasu. Nirbeda Mayat. Nasti Akritaha Kritena. Tad Vijnanartham Sa Gurumeva Bhigachet. Then one must go in search of a right kind of guru, a preceptor, one who would initiate him. And the whole story, some of you can do Viveka Chudamani. Viveka Chudamani is not the earliest early Sankara. It is by some other Sankara of Sringeri Pitham. But a great work. You can enjoy reading it, that how a disciple goes to a teacher and the teacher teaches him, then helps him in his sadhana, and finally the Shishya also becomes Brahmajnani just like the teacher, and both are enjoying that Brahmajnana, celebrating that Brahmic bliss. So Srotriyam Brahmanishtam, what kind of guru he ought to be or she ought to be? Srotriyam Brahmanishtam, he must be well studied in the Vedas, Srotriyaha, in the Upanishads, in the Upanishadic exegesis, Vyakhya, and Brahmanishtam, he must have realized Brahman also. Not only one must be a bookworm, reading the books and speaking from out of the books, but no, he must be a Brahmajnani, really, he has delved deep, because one who knows the ocean, who has actually entered into the ocean, who can cross over the ocean. So, Srotriyam Brahmanishtam. So this is it. The same no, you have hello, am I audible? Am I audible? Hello? So, then this thing happens.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Sravanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasanam. These are three things. Even our students in colleges, they also do these three things. They listen to the teacher, then they think over that, then they try to do some practical in the laboratory. Vedanta also is exactly like that. You read yourself, or listen to the teacher. Better to listen to a teacher, because you can have your questions and he can answer you back. And the teacher should be a person well read and at the same time well realized. He must be a past master in realization, like Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Deva. It was a great fortune of Swami Vivekananda Narendranath Datta that he could come in contact with the great Guru. Otherwise, he would have been a knower of logic, an intelligent fellow, doing great discussion, but not knowing. So this thing, we come to that Manana and the Nididhyasana. One must sit in practice. Your great title today, Vedante Brahma Jnana, I thought it would be Brahma Dhyana. So one thing from Bhartrihari Nath, the great guru, he tells us in this Niti Sataka, Vairagya Sataka, he says this Ganga Tire Himagiri Shila Baddha Padma Sanasya Brahma Dhyana Bhyasana Vidhina Yoga Nidram Gatasya Kingtair Bhavyam Mamasu Divasai Yatrati Nirbishankaha Kandu Yante Jaratha Harina Singamange Madiye Pani Patram Pavitram Brahmana Parigatam Bhaikshya Mannam Vistirnam Vastramasa Dasaka Vachapalam Talpa Masvalpa Murbi Yesam Nissangatangi Karana Parinata Swanta Santo Satma Santo Sinasti Danya Sanyasta Deha Byatigara Nikara Karma Nirmulayanti. These two slokas read out by Swami Shivananda, the doctor in Malaysia, was coming back and thinking of renunciation, leaving everything at the railway station, and with the same train going ahead to the north, and then just working as a laborer in some fields, and gradually approaching the Himalayas, the same place, Divine Life Society that is still there in Rishikesh. There was jungle with wild animals. But one thing that he did not leave, his books. Everything else he left at the railway station. And the servant with him also, he made him go down. And with the same train he went ahead. The Vedantin, the renunciate, the previous doctor, medical doctor in Malaysia. So he read these slokas of Bhartrihari because those who know, they can let the others to know. If he, in the Vedas, he says, Agnir Acharyaha, Agnir Manavaka. If the teacher is fire, the student also will be fire. Fire gives birth to another fire. Deepa Deepantaram Yatha. A lamp that is kindled can enkindle another lamp. And 100 lamps, we know in Deepavali what happens. So such gurus, they are the heart of India. So here Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, why? Knowledge comes first. Knowledge comes first. Knowledge society. Now IT age, we call it knowledge society. This should be on the Vedantic pattern. I know in Ireland, so many places, there are now schools on Vedantic pattern. Unfortunately, we are not doing that. In Bharat, we must have Vedantic pattern schools. And students who should become like Rama, like Krishna, like Paramahamsa, like Vivekananda. Because our country badly needs them to save Hinduism, because Hinduism is the root to all the religions in the world. We must know this very clearly. Aurobindo also in the Human Cycle speaks of this. So Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana is Barambara Dhyana. Repeated Dhyana is Nididhyasana. Dhyai Dhatu, from which Dhyana comes. Nididhyasana is young Luganta suffix in Sanskrit grammar. So that is repeated dhyana. Again and again you have to go back into dhyana. And when dhyana actually, there is Ashtanga Yoga, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi, these are called Antaranga Yoga. Trayam Antarangang Purbebhyaha, Patanjali says in his Yoga Sutra. So when this Dharana, Desabandha Chittasya Dharana, the Sutra says, it gets ripened, then dhyana emerges. When dhyana is ripened, then samadhi emerges. Samadhi is of two types, nirvikalpaka and savikalpaka in Vedanta. Then in yoga darsana it is savikalpaka and nirvikalpaka. Samprajnata and asamprajnata. Here it is savikalpaka and nirvikalpaka. So the nirvikalpaka, savikalpaka enter, then so many aishwarya, so many things. Then you go into Nirvikalpaka. Nirvikalpaka, you stabilize in your personality. Then you become Mukta. And the four sutras, I must tell you, because it is a short lecture, because in 1 or 1.5 hours one cannot do Vedanta and Brahmajnana. So the four sutras, we must be very clear about that. Those four sutras are like the gate, the great gate, like Singhadwar of Jagannath temple into Advaita. So this is Athatu Brahma Jigyasa and Janmadhyasya Yataha Shastra Unitvat and Tattva Samanvayat. Janmadhyasya Yataha. What is Brahman? Because we are speaking of Brahma Jnana. Brahman is that out of which everything else has been created. If we believe that there has been a creation and everything, there are many things, then we must also believe that all these things have come from Brahma. In Bhagavad also, the first sloka, Janma Desya Yata Yato Nvaya Ditarata Sarthe Savijya Swarat. The second sutra, Janma Desya Yata Athatu Brahma Jigyasa, because one entertains oneself with Brahma, inquiry on Brahman. Then Janmadhyasya. What is that Brahman? Janmadhyasya, that which gives rise to the whole universe. That is Brahman. Then the third sutra, Shastra Unitvat. That Brahman is known by the Shastra, and also that Brahman is also the creator of the Shastra. And the fourth sutra, Tattva Samanvayat. Tattva Samanvayat. So, all these Upanishads, all the whole Vedic tradition, the whole Vedantic tradition that culminates, that is one thing in view, and that is Brahma. The same Brahma, we find that in the physical sacrifices, yajnas, yagas, the same Brahma that is addressed to everywhere in the form of different deities. Different deities, the 33 kinds of deities, they are not different from Brahman. It is very clear in the Vedas. So that way, this Brahma Jnana is to identify oneself with the whole universe. This comes, then how the society gains by a Brahma Jnanin? Because the Brahma Jnanin is one who can develop that kind of Atmopamya. He will be very good to everyone else. He will be very compassionate, he will be very kind, because everyone he will think just like his own self. One Vishwabhratritva, we say, only through Vedantic principle, this world fraternity can be established. No other way. Atma upamena sarvatra samam pashyati yorjuna sukham va yadiva dukkham sa yogi paramo mataha. Parama yogi, according to Gita, how it is? Atma upamya. I am, you are very much like me. When we age difference, experience difference, or place difference, language difference, but I am equal to all. We are all the same. We are children of the same God. And with one Bhagavata sloka, I said complete. What is this Brahma? Vyasa says, Badanti tattva vida tattvam yad jnanamadvayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti sabdyate. What is tattva? What is the truth? What is the essential truth? Which has given rise to, or which has manifested in the whole universe, the multiple truth, multifaceted truth. Now we are struggling in Delhi and elsewhere because truth, the one truth has not been understood. Multifaceted truth. So people are struggling, they are fighting, in a warring attitude. Why? Because the one is not understood. So there are many countries, there are borders, there are troubles everywhere. Because the one, the Vedanta is not understood. Vedanta is Vedanta. All our Veda will go if Aveda will come, if we know Vedanta. So this he says, Badanti tattva vidaha tattvam. The people who know the truth, they speak of the truth as Brahmeti. The Upanishadic people, the people of Vedanta Shastra, Vedanta Darsana, they speak of the ultimate truth as Brahman. Paramatma is the yogins who do Atma Paramatma Sangyoga. For them, it's Paramatma. And Bhagavan iti sabdyate. The bhaktas, they call it Bhagavan. And Sridhara Swami in his Bhagavata Sridhari commentary very nicely says that this is the Vedantinaha, and the Vedanti, the Upanishadic people, and this and the Bhaktaha, Bhagavataha. For them it's Bhagavan. So what we call as Bhagavan or God or Govinda is the same as Paramatman, is the same as Brahman. So if we know that, so all our deities that we worship, even Bhagavati, Kali, Mahamaya, Sharada, now Saraswati Puja is drawing near on 16th of February, Basanta Panchami. So all those deities, the great Hindu heart, the Vedantic heart, and Brahma Darsana, Brahma Jnana is the ultimate. And after Brahma Jnana, one does not vanish, one lives long and then works for the society like Rama, like Krishna, like Janaka, like Yudhishthira, like so many great kings and emperors, so many yogins, so many social workers, and so many mendicants going around this holy land of ours. So, with these words, I think more than 1.5 hours I have completed. So, if some brother or sister has any question, I can also answer back in my tutti putti Bangla and Hindi also. So, I could not mix up two languages. Mr. Banerjee was advising me. So, anyhow, in between, so we can do something. Now it has become a necessity in India also to know English. So we must know our mother tongues very soundly well, and also Sanskrit. And then we should come to English. English has become now a sine qua non. Every Indian, because this is 17 years we are doing English for our children. And our mother tongue, of course, but not Sanskrit. So, but Sanskrit, which will make us reach the Vedanta proper, the Upanishads. As I request all of you to study the Prasthana Trayi, the Upanishads, particularly the 10 and 11 Upanishads, and the second is the Bhagavad Gita and the Brahma Sutra and the Manusmriti. Manusmriti and Bhagavad Gita, they are Smriti Prasthana. Gita, the Brahma Sutra is Tarka Prasthana or Nyaya Prasthana, and Upanishads are the Shruti Prasthana, Shruti, Yukti and Anubhava. These three prasthanas, they make us a true disciple in the path of Brahman, and they help us in Brahma Jnana. But once Brahma Jnana is realized, one cannot speak of it. What one speaks of is only Shastra, only words. So I also offer some words to you, my good brothers and sisters. So my namaskar to all of you in the way that you are all Brahman. So we are all Brahman and we are doing namaste to each other. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sir, one question, sir. If you allow me to, I will
yes, you can ask. কিছু प्रश्न আছে तो पूछते पारी आप पूछिए कोई अगर प्रश्न मैंने जिज्ञासा है मैं बोल सकता हूँ तो मैं उसको बताऊंगा हाँ बताइए
স্যার মৃণাল সিংহ উনি রেখেছেন যে দ্বৈতবাদ অদ্বৈতবাদ এবং দ্বৈতবাদ সম্পর্কে কিছু জানালে উপকৃত হই উনি এটা জিজ্ঞেস করতেছেন
এটা কি হচ্ছে কি একটা তো অদ্বৈত মানে দুটা নয় একটাই ফ্যাক্ট একটাও বলে না বলে কি রকম কি অদ্বৈত নন ডুয়ালিজম बियॉन्ड टू एक करे तो मोनिज्म So beyond two, non-dualism, we cannot say speak of it as two. সেটা অদ্বৈত বেদান্ত, সেটা আচার্য শঙ্করের। আর আচার্য শঙ্করের যে গুরু গোবিন্দ ভগবত পাদ, তাঁদের যে গুরু গৌড়পাদ আচার্য, তাঁদের এই অদ্বৈত মত। আর যে বিশিষ্টাদ্বৈত হয় সে একাদশ শতকে রামানুজাচার্য, আচ্ছা রামানুজ, এই যে তিরুপতি শ্রীরঙ্গম এইখানে, সেটা কি হয়, যেরকম দাড়িম হয়, দাড়িম জানে প্রোমেগানেট, দাড়িমের মধ্যে কি আছে, একটা তার বাহার আবরণ স্কিন, আর কিছু বীজ, আর কিছু বীজের মধ্যে যেরকম থ্রেড আছে না, সূত্র, এইরকম কিছুটা বন্ধনের জন্য। রামানুজাচার্য কি বলেন কি এইরকম তিনটা বস্তু, চিৎ জড় গ্রন্থি, চিদচিদ বিশিষ্ট ঈশ্বর, বিশিষ্টাদ্বৈত কি, যে অদ্বৈত পরম ব্রহ্ম, যে কি ভগবান, সে চিদচিদ বিশিষ্ট হয়। চিত মানে জীব আর অচিত মানে জড়। যেরকম আমার আত্মা চিত আর আমার শরীর জড়, এই যে চিত আর জড়, এই চিত আর জড়ের সাথে যে পরমাত্মা, সে বলা যায় কি সে বিশিষ্টাদ্বৈত, অর্থাৎ সে নির্বিশেষাদ্বৈত নয়। শঙ্করের মতটার নামটা কি নির্বিশেষাদ্বৈত, আর কেবলাদ্বৈত আর ব্রহ্মাদ্বৈত, এইরকম শঙ্করের দর্শনের নাম। কিন্তু বিশিষ্টাদ্বৈত এইটা নাম আছে এই আচার্য রামানুজের একাদশ শতকে, তার শ্রীভাষ্য, আর সেই প্রস্থানত্রয়ীর উপর ভাষ্য, সেই উপনিষদের উপর ভাষ্য, আর ব্রহ্মসূত্রের উপর ভাষ্য, আর ভগবদ গীতার উপর ভাষ্য। Am I audible now? Hello? Am I audible? Am I audible? তো এইরকম এইটা যে এইরকম হয় সেটা বুঝতে হয়। এটা বিশিষ্টাদ্বৈত। আর যে আচার্য মধ্ব হয়েছিলেন, আচার্য মধ্ব এই কর্ণাটকের উডুপির স্থানে তার আবির্ভাব। আর সে বলেছেন কি দ্বৈত, দ্বৈত বেদান্ত। দ্বৈত মানে সেইখানে পাঁচটা ভেদ, পাঁচ ভিন্ন ভিন্ন পদার্থ, যেই রকম এই ঈশ্বর আছে, আর জীব আছে, আর জড় আছে। আর পাঁচটা ভেদ কি রকম, ঈশ্বরের জড়ের সাথে ভেদ। হ্যালো, am I audible? শুনতে পারেন কি?
ইয়েস স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, ওকে। সে হচ্ছে পঞ্চভেদ মানে জীবের ঈশ্বরের সাথে ভেদ, আর জীবের জড়ের সাথে ভেদ, আর জড়ের ঈশ্বরের সাথে ভেদ, আর জীবের সাথে ভেদ। এই রকম পাঁচটা ভেদ আছে, পঞ্চভেদ। সে আছে কি আমার যে মধ্বাচার্য, মধ্বাচার্য, তবে আচার্য শঙ্কর আর আচার্য রামানুজ আর আচার্য মধ্ব। আর আচার্য রামানুজ আর আচার্য মধ্ব শঙ্করের খণ্ডন করে। এই তো যুক্তি প্রতিযুক্তি চালে, সে তার অর্থ ইয়ে নেই যে শত্রুতা আছে, কিন্তু ভিন্ন ভিন্ন লোকেরা ভিন্ন ভিন্ন মতিগতি হয়। এই যে শরীর, এই যে মন, এই যে কুল, এই যে গুরু পরম্পরা, সেই জন্য কিছুটা ভেদ হয়, কিন্তু লক্ষ্য একটাই, লক্ষ্যটা আছে ব্রহ্মের প্রাপ্তি। সে ভগবানের রূপে হোক, পরমাত্মের রূপে হোক, কিছু রূপের হোক, কিন্তু সেইটাই প্রাপ্তি। সেই করে আমি এই তিনটা মত, তারপরেও অন্য মতগুলি আছে, কিন্তু এই তিনটা মত বহুত প্রসিদ্ধ। সেই করে এই প্রশ্নটা বহুত ভালো कि এই যে শঙ্করের অদ্বৈত, অদ্বৈতের অন্য নাম নির্বিশেষাদ্বৈত, কেবলাদ্বৈত আর ব্রহ্মাদ্বৈত। এইরকম বিশিষ্টাদ্বৈত। বিশিষ্টাদ্বৈত, বিশিষ্ট শব্দের বিশিষ্ট মানে কোয়ালিফাইড। কোয়ালিফাইড বাই হোয়াট? Qualified by chit and achit, sentient and insentient. Sentient is the jiva, sentient is the self, the living being, the sentient, atman, atma sentient, atma chetana, আর জড় এই শরীর আদি, শরীর ইন্দ্রিয় প্রাণ মন বুদ্ধি অহংকার চিত্ত এই সবাই কিছু জড়, যে যাকে আমি মায়া বলে। কিন্তু এই যে মায়া, সেই মায়া যে শঙ্করের মায়া, তার সপ্তবিধান উপপত্তি, 7 kinds of untenabilities, ये दिखाकर ये क्या किया कि इन्होंने खंडन किया, रामानुजाचार्य ने खंडन किया। ही अटेम्प्टेड टू रेफ्यूट द डॉक्ट्राइन ऑफ माया advocated by Shankara. Then Madhvacharya, he also tried to refute Ramanuja, also at the same time Shankara, because Shankara was an Advaitin and they are Dvaitin, because for them two things are permanently different, Jiva and Ishvara. And he believed, Madhva, I should quote one of his great disciples, Jayatirtha, he says, Sriman Madhva Mate Harih Paratama तत्वम सत्यम जगत तत्वतः भेदा जीवगणा हरे रनुचरा नीचोच्च भावम गताः। भक्तिर मुक्तिर नैज सुखानुभूतिरमला भक्तिश्च तत् साधनम अक्षादितृतयम प्रमाणमखिलाम नायैक वेद्यो हरि। वेदांत मते 8 प्रकार प्रमाण, प्रत्यक्ष अनुमान उपमान शब्द अर्थापत्ति अनुपलब्धि, 6 प्रकार प्रमाण, 6 प्रकार प्रमाण। किंतु मध्व मते प्रमाणटा 3 प्रकार, प्रत्यक्ष अनुमान और आगम। और मध्व मते, श्रीमन मध्व मते हरि परतमा, हरि माने जे विष्णु সেই শ্রেষ্ঠ, परम वैष्णव সেই লোকেরা परम वैष्णव, ওই রকম সেই রকম ব্রহ্মবাদী নয়, विष्णुवादी। हरि परतम और सत्यम जगत तत्व, ये जगत এটা মিথ্যা নয়, মায়া নয়, জগৎটা সত্য। যে রকম পরমাত্মা ও সত্য, সেই রকম এই জগৎটাও সত্য। सत्यम जगत तत्व तो भेदा जीवगणा हरे अनुचरा, ये हरिर जे दास, हरिर जे अनुचर, हरिर जे किंकर, সেই জীবগুলি সে পরস্পর ভিন্ন, শরীরে ভিন্ন, মনে ভিন্ন, প্রাণে ভিন্ন, ভক্তি জ্ঞান কর্মে ভিন্ন। সেরকম জীব আরে নীচোচ্চ ভাবম গতা, কেউ জীব বহুত উচ্চ, কেউ জীব নীচ, কেউ জীব শুকনারদ পরাশর তুল্য, কেউ জীব আমার তুল্য, বহুত ছোট বহুত নীচ, এই ভেদ। আর মুক্তির নৈজ সুখানুভূতির অমলা, মুক্তিটা মানে কি? এই আত্মার যেটা নিত্য সুখ, সে নিত্য সুখের যে নিত্য অনুভব, সেটাই মুক্তি মধ্বের মতে, আচার্য মধ্বের মতে। মুক্তির নৈজ সুখানুভূতির অমলা ভক্তিশ্চ তত সাধন। মুক্তি কিরকম মিলে? আচার্য শঙ্করের মতে মুক্তি মিলে জ্ঞান হতে, কিন্তু आचार्य मध्व मते मुक्ति मिले भक्ति हते। भक्तिश्च तत् साधनम, किंतु तारे जो भक्ति 2 प्रकार, एकटा भक्ति साधन भक्ति, एकटा भक्ति साध्य भक्ति। जे मुक्त पुरुष से भगवान भक्ति करे से साध्य भक्ति। अक्षादितयम प्रमाणम अखिलामनायिक विद्यो भरी, आमनाय माने वेद, अखिल आमनाय समस्त समस्त गुली जेटा आमनाय वेद, সে বেদের একই প্রমুখ অর্থ, সে অর্থটা আছে হরি মানে বিষ্ণু। হ্যাঁ, বিষ্ণুই সবা বেদের সার। এইরকম আমি কিছু বললাম। হ্যাঁ, ঠিক है ভাই। হ্যাঁ, যে পুছলেন মহাশয়, এইরকম আমার এই 3টা বহুত বড় বড় প্রস্থান, বড় দর্শন, অদ্বৈত দর্শন, আর বিশিষ্টাদ্বৈত দর্শন আর দ্বৈত দর্শন, বেদান্ত, তিনটাই বেদান্ত। আর কিছু?
আজকে আমরা আরেকটি তথ্য ওই মৃণাল সিং বলেছেন, আমি সেটা একটু রেখে দিই এখানে।
একবার আর আর বলুন, শুনছে না, কি বললেন আপনি? একবার আর বলুন বলুন।
হ্যাঁ, এখানে মৃণাল সিং প্রশ্ন করেছেন, বলছেন যে তাহলে আপাতত
কি আছে? হ্যাঁ, প্রশ্নটা কি? প্রশ্নটা কি? হ্যাঁ, কাইন্ডলি রিপিট, কাইন্ডলি রিপিট।
হ্যাঁ, আমার কথাগুলো কি শোনা যাচ্ছে?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, এই সময় ঠিক, বলুন।
হ্যাঁ, হ্যালো।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, ইয়েস। আচ্ছা, পঞ্চভূতের এইটা লিখছে
হ্যালো,
না,
শোনা
এইটা
যাচ্ছে স্যার?
এইটা লিখছে কি বাংলাতে? পঞ্চভূতের উপর আর প্রকৃতির উপর, এইটা কি? হ্যাঁ, বলুন বলুন, প্রশ্ন বলুন। हाँ, यस, हेलो हेलो हेलो।
হ্যাঁ,
হ্যাঁ, এইটা লিখছেন, আমি আমি পড়তে পারি, এই বাংলাতে এই লেখা আছে কি এই আত্মা অংশ আর পরমাত্মা অংশী, এইরকম কথা আছে। এইটা যে কথা, এই অংশ অংশের যে সম্বন্ধ, সেটা বিশিষ্টাদ্বৈতে আছে। আর এইখানেও অংশ অংশী বলতে পারি, বেদান্তের বহুত প্রকার ব্যাখ্যা আছে। সেইভাবে যে অংশ অংশী বলে কি হচ্ছে কি যে ব্রহ্ম, আমি 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 পুরো ব্রহ্ম। I am Brahman itself completely. I am not a part of the Brahman, but I am Brahman wholly, fully. কিন্তু কি হচ্ছে, সেটা বোধের জন্য এইরকম কথা করতে হয়। গীতাতেও এই কথাটা আছে। গীতা বলে कि ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूत सनातनः मनसस्थानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृति स्थानि कर्षति। এইরকমও বেদে, ঋগ্বেদে, অথর্ববেদে অনেকগুলি মন্ত্রস্থানে এইরকম কথা বলা যাইছে। সেই রকম বুঝতে হয়। অংশ অংশী বলে কি অংশ অংশের পার্থক্য নয়, একটা অবয়ব আর একটা অবয়বী, একটা পার্ট আর সেটা হোল, পার্ট হোল সিন্ড্রোম। সেই যে জীব, সেই এইরকম অদ্বৈত বেদান্ত কি কহে স্পষ্ট রূপে কি যেই রকম সূর্য আকাশে আছে, আর অনেক শত শত ঘট, সহস্র কলস, সেই কলসেও জল, আর সেই জলে একটাই সূর্য প্রতিবিম্বিত হয়। যেই সময়ে সূর্য প্রতিবিম্বিত হয়, সেই সময় আমি দেখতে পারি কি হাজার কলসে হাজারটাও সূর্য, কিন্তু যেই রকম সেই হাজারটা সূর্য নয়, একটাই সূর্য বিম্ব আর হাজারটা প্রতিবিম্ব। সেই রকম জীব হয় ব্রহ্মের প্রতিবিম্ব, জীব হয় ব্রহ্মের প্রতিবিম্ব। কিন্তু যে রকম ঈশ্বরের কথা হয়, পরমাত্মার কথা হয়, শুদ্ধ যেটা অদ্বৈত বেদান্তের মতো, সেইখানে কি হয় কি ঈশ্বর হতে এই যে ঘাস তৃণ তৃণ পর্যন্ত এই সকলেও মায়া, সকলেও হয় না, ये অনুভব অনুভব হয় কিন্তু সত্য রূপে হয় না, সত্য রূপে হয় না, সত্য রূপে কেবল ব্রহ্ম আছে, ঈশ্বরও নয়। ঈশ্বর মানে কি? ব্রহ্মটা যে সে হয় অকার্য কারণ। ব্রহ্ম ইজ নাইদার এ কজ নর অ্যান ইফেক্ট, না কার্য না কারণ, এইরকম ব্রহ্ম, শুদ্ধ ব্রহ্ম, যেটা কি নির্বিশেষ ব্রহ্ম। আর তারপরে যে ঈশ্বর, ঈশ্বরটা কি? কি সেই ব্রহ্মের যে মায়া শক্তি, সেই মায়া আর ব্রহ্ম দুটা মিশে সেটা বলা হয় ঈশ্বর। ঈশ্বরটা হয় কারণ ব্রহ্ম। একটা তো অকার্য কারণ ব্রহ্ম, মূল ব্রহ্ম। আর সৃষ্টি দশাতে এই যে কর্তা আমি বলি ঈশ্বরকে, সেই ঈশ্বর কি? না মায়া সহিত ব্রহ্ম, মায়োপহিত চৈতন্য, মায়োপহিত ব্রহ্ম, উপাধি, উপাধি, মায়াটা উপাধি, অ্যাডজাঙ্ক্ট, অ্যান অ্যাডিশন। আর মায়া, সেই মায়াটা আমার মনের ভাব, मायाटा আমার মনের ভাব। माया, मा माने नहीं, नो, या माने जो नहीं है, जो दिखता है पर नहीं है, তাকে মায়া বলে। সেই যে মায়া, সেই মায়াকে শক্তিও বলে, বিষ্ণু মায়া বলে। বিষ্ণু মায়াটা তো মহামায়া। আর সেই কি হয় কি? সেই ঈশ্বর হয়। ঈশ্বরের পরে একটা আছে হিরণ্যগর্ভ। হিরণ্যগর্ভ কি? সে হে কার্য ব্রহ্ম, অকার্য কারণ ব্রহ্ম। সেই হতে কারণ ব্রহ্ম ঈশ্বর, আর ঈশ্বর হতে কার্য ব্রহ্ম হচ্ছে হিরণ্যগর্ভ। হিরণ্যগর্ভ মানে সূত্রাত্মা, মানে এই যে সূক্ষ্ম শরীর বিষয়ে আমি বলেছিলাম, সেই সূক্ষ্ম শরীরের যে সমুদায় তাকে বলে কার্য ব্রহ্ম, হিরণ্যগর্ভ। সেই করে বেদ মন্ত্র আছে, হিরণ্যগর্ভ সমবর্ততাগ্রে ভূতাক্ষূতশ্চ জাত পতিরেক আসিত, জাতঃ পতিঃ, তার জন্ম হয় হিরণ্যগর্ভের। এই হিরণ্যগর্ভই যোগ শাস্ত্রের প্রবক্তা। হিরণ্যগর্ভ যোগস্য বক্তা নান্য পুরাতনঃ, এইরকম কথা আছে মহাভারতে হিরণ্যগর্ভের উপর। তাহলে হিরণ্যগর্ভ আমি যেরকম ভগবান বলে, সে ভগবান আমার ঈশ্বর। আর হিরণ্যগর্ভ অথবা সাংখ্য দর্শনে যাকে মহৎ বলে, তাকেই আমি পুরাণ শাস্ত্রে ভগবান বলে, ঈশ্বর বলে। তো এইরকম বুঝতে হয় কি এইটা একটা তো বিম্ব প্রতিবিম্ববাদ, কি যেরকম সূর্য বিম্ব আর তার প্রতিবিম্ব ঘটে, এইরকম ঈশ্বর বিম্ব আর তার প্রতিবিম্ব যে আমি জীবগুলি, সেই রকম হয় অবচ্ছেদ্য অবচ্ছেদবাদ। আর যে যে ব্রহ্ম, যে ঈশ্বর, সে অবচ্ছেদক আর আমি অবচ্ছিন্ন। আর এই অংশ অংশে, এইটাও এক প্রকার কথা। কিন্তু সে directly the Advaita Vedanta doesn't admit of these things, angsha, angshi, etc. But this is one way of understanding Advaita Vedanta, because Advaita Vedanta, right from the days of Shankara, it has gone through many different kinds of ways, treatments, to make the common person realize about his own nature as Brahman. That is how it is. আর সেটাকে প্রকৃতি বলে। মায়াম তু প্রকৃতিং বিদ্ধি মায়িনং তু মহেশ্বরম, এইরকম শ্বেতাশ্বত উপনিষদে আছে। মায়া যে সেটাই প্রকৃতি, আর যে মায়ী আর প্রকৃতির অধিষ্ঠাতা সেই ঈশ্বর, এইরকম বুঝতে হয়। ওকে, am I understandable? Am I clear? বলুন। হ্যালো,
শোনা যাচ্ছে স্যার?
हाँ हाँ यस।
হ্যাঁ। আহ, এক আর কোনো প্রশ্ন এখানে আমি দেখতে পাচ্ছি না।
अच्छा।
তো আহ, আপনাকে আবারও কৃতজ্ঞতা জানাই, প্রণাম জানাই অবগাহনের পক্ষ থেকে।
ओके।
আমাদের নতুন কোনো বিষয় নিয়ে আবারও আপনার সাথে
हाँ
দেখা হবে।
ओके ओके। हाँ
তো
श्योर श्योर। So I thank you all the listeners who
এতক্ষণ
listen to
যারা,
me.
হ্যাঁ, আমরা সকলকে অভিনন্দন এবং কৃতজ্ঞতা জানাই।
Okay,
এবং
thank you so much. Thank you so much.
এখানে এখানে হ্যাঁ স্যার, 1 মিনিট স্যার।
Okay,
মৃণাল সিং, এখানে আরেকটি প্রশ্ন, ওয়ান কোশ্চেন,
okay,
ওয়ান নিউ কোশ্চেন ইজ হেয়ার।
sure.
ইফ ইউ অ্যালাউ মি, আই
Yes, yes, please. আমরা সকলেই
মৃণাল
যদি
মৃণাল সিংহ
ঈশ্বরের
বলছেন যে
প্রতিবিম্ব হয়
প্রতিবিম্ব
তাহলে
হই,
এই
তাহলে
ভিন্নতা কেন?
তাহলে
এই
এই ভিন্নতা
ভিন্নতাই
কেন?
তো
হ্যাঁ,
দুঃখের কারণ। এই যে আমি ঈশ্বর, আমি সেটা একটা ভিন্ন রকম হয়। গীতা বলে ঈশ্বরোহম অহং ভোগী সিদ্ধোহম বলবান সুখী, সেটা তো আসুরি সম্পদা। কিন্তু আমার মা যে আমি সেই, আমি আমি আমার মা, আমি আমার পিতা। হ্যাঁ, আমি পিতার অংশ নয়, আমি সাক্ষাৎই আমার পিতা, আমি ব্রহ্ম। সেটা সেই রকম বিষয়, সেটা ধীরে ধীরে অনুভব হলে বোঝা যায়, সেটা লিখে পড়ে বোঝা যায় না। সদা তদ্ভাব ভাবিত শিবো ভূত্বা শিবম যজেত। সেই রকম সেটা বুঝতে হয় কি আমি ঈশ্বরের অংশ, আমি সাক্ষাৎ ঈশ্বর। ঈশ্বর নয়, ঈশ্বরের পরেও আমি ব্রহ্ম। ব্রহ্মের আধারে ঈশ্বর কল্পিত, ব্রহ্মের আধারে জীব কল্পিত। জীব অংশ আর ঈশ্বর অংশী, কিন্তু অংশী আর অংশ অংশ এই দুটার উপরে যে ব্রহ্ম চৈতন্য, সেই ব্রহ্ম চৈতন্য আমি। সেই সময়ে ঈশ্বর আর জীব দোনো ডিজলভ হয়ে যায়, রহে না। যা রহে সেইটাই শেষ, সেই এটা অশেষ শেষ রহে। সেই অশেষটাই ব্রহ্ম চৈতন্য, সেই ব্রহ্ম চৈতন্য আমি, সেই ব্রহ্ম চৈতন্য তুমি, সেই ব্রহ্ম চৈতন্য সবাই। সেই শত্রুমিত্র সারা কিছুই ব্রহ্ম চৈতন্য, জড়ও ব্রহ্ম চৈতন্য, জড় চেতনের কেউ ভেদ নয়। এইরকম বুঝতে হয়। যেরকম রামকৃষ্ণ পরমহংস দেব বললেন কি একটা লবণ প্রতিমা, সে গিয়েছে এই সমুদ্র স্নানের সে ফিরে না, সে সমুদ্র হয়ে গিয়েছে। এরকম যে ব্রহ্ম জানে, যার ব্রহ্ম জ্ঞান হয়, সে ব্রহ্ম হয়ে যায়, সে আর কিছু রহে না। আর যে যখন সে ফিরে, এরা ব্যুত্থান দশা, সমাধি আর ব্যুত্থান যোগের দুটা দশা আছে, মুক্ত পুরুষের দুটি দশা। সমাধি যেরকম সে সমাধিতে, যেরকম ব্যুত্থান সেই সময় সে ভিক্ষা করে, ভোজন করে, পাঠ করে, কিছু না কিছু করে, সুখ দুঃখ করে। এই রকম যে যোগীরা জীবন, রামকৃষ্ণ পরমহংস দেব ছিলেন কি তাদের সেই যে কণ্ঠে কর্কট রোগ ছিল না, ছিল, কিন্তু ভাব সমাধির সময়ে সে তার অনুভব হয় না। এই সমাধি দশাটা ভিন্ন, সেটা ব্রহ্মময়ী স্থিতি। আর ব্যুত্থান দশাটা ভিন্ন, সেটা সুখ দুঃখময়ী স্থিতি। এইরকম জানতে জীবন মুক্তি বিবেক বিদ্যারণ্য স্বামীর মহান গ্রন্থ, সেই গ্রন্থে জীবন মুক্তের কি কি লক্ষণ, সেই লক্ষণগুলিও আছে। সেই সেইটা সেটা সেই জানে। হয় গুড় কি রকম, সেটা যে গুড় খায় সে জানে। কিছুটা শাস্ত্র দশায় শুনে পড়ে, কিছুটা অনুমান করে, কিছুটা কিছুটা এইরকম একটা ইন্টেলেকচুয়াল ক্লারিটি হতে পারে। In flashes one can know before one has actually known, and that will be a great pathway for us to make further strides in that way. এইরকম আমি বুঝি। हाँ এই অবগাহন, হ্যাঁ এই অবগাহন, সেই অবগাহন করতে হয়। যেরকম প্রতিদিন আমি স্নান করি, সেই রকম সমাধির অভ্যাস, ধ্যানের অভ্যাস, অধ্যয়নের অভ্যাস, আর সেটা ধীরে ধীরে অভ্যাসেন তু কৌন্তেয় বৈরাগ্যেণ চ গৃহ্যতে। প্রতিদিন গীতা, গীতার মাধ্যমে বেদান্ত, গীতা ও প্রস্থানত্রয়ীর এক অংশ, গীতার মনুস্মৃতি, মনুস্মৃতির দ্বাদশ অধ্যায়, বহু সুন্দর দ্বাদশ অধ্যায় বেদান্ত ব্রহ্মজ্ঞান। তরি এইরকম করতে হয়। তার আবার প্র্যাকটিক্যাল লাইফ বহু সুন্দর হয়ে যায়। বেদান্ত জ্ঞান প্র্যাকটিক্যাল লাইফে বহুত সহায়ক। যে বেদান্ত জানে না, সে জীবন আর এই জীবনের কলা সেই রকম সে বুঝে না। সুখ দুঃখ আছে, ভালো মন্দ আছে, কিন্তু বেদান্তের আবশ্যকতা। বেদান্ত মানে সেটাই প্র্যাকটিক্যাল বেদান্ত। বেদান্ত মেক্স আওয়ার লাইফ highly practical, otherwise we're impracticably so with our lives. We don't live proper lives. Vedanta helps us to be real human beings, to work for the society. লোক সংগ্রহ যেটা বলে গীতাতে তৃতীয় অধ্যায় অন্যত্র, সেই লোক সংগ্রহটা কি? এই যে ইউনিভার্সাল ওয়েলফেয়ার, সেই মোডটা আসে বেদান্তের দ্বারা। আর কিছু
পাচ্ছেন? হ্যাঁ,
বলুন। শোনাই পড়ে না, বলুন।
ভালো থাকুন, আমার দেখা হবে।
ওকে, হ্যাঁ, ওকে, নমস্কার। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ। থ্যাংক ইউ। থ্যাংক ইউ। থ্যাংক ইউ।